This one was so interesting because I think that I think Anna, you touched on it a little bit about when you were speaking about the way that we experience space and experience a place, how we're very determined to find things that are happening, and we've kind of predetermined what they should be, and instead of actually being still and examining and experiencing and letting the place or the situation unfold and and light up for you, be able to really sit quietly and expand into a place, I think, is something that we've lost. And so in this case, it was wonderful because people couldn't quite tell where it was. So what they were doing was they were expanding the way that they were looking at the site or at the place, and then engaging scenarios and situations that really weren't part of, well, they were part of the piece, and that was the point, but that weren't necessarily things that had been shaped. And so it was really great because people would come back and say, and I love the part where the woman comes by with the cart, and then she stops and gets a cigarette. I was like, well, really, when did that happen? I missed that altogether. And I think that that's a very important thing to remember and to encourage.
Yeah, and I just think that, doing it in an urban situation, as you were doing in this piece, versus the work that Anna showed of doing it in nature, you just get a different product in a certain way, even though the process is similar.
Well, there's a lot also in an urban environment. There's a lot of nature in urban environments which people also forget about or don't notice. There was a piece that I didn't show that was called Chomu, Butterfly Dreams, which was about the swallowtail butterflies that live in the city. And I worked with a wonderful visual artist, Reiko Goto, who works a lot with natural processes and creatures. But anyway, they're living in our fennel bushes, which of course are considered a weed and are constantly being hacked down and taken away. But there was a thriving creature that's so beautiful and so poetic in many ways amongst us, along with all the various birds. I mean, there are hawks flying around in the city. There's all sorts of things that are completely overlooked because we've narrowed the focus in the way that we move through our lives. So
Cool. All right. So moving right along, Erin.
I think I'm just going to show video and then sort of tell you after what you were looking at.
You had enough. I thought I had enough. But I'll never get enough. Before you breathe that next breath, I want you to know what it's for. I thought you dragged me down, but now my ships run aground. Get the kitchen sink for now. That bacteria won't kill us anyhow when it's through. But then again, maybe it will. this through with us two. You chew your food like you're sending sonic wavelengths to the planet Mars when you chew. But baby, I don't mind when you chew your food. And now I know that we can live under the same roof just like this. A common thread in our sweet plot. Nothing so far has been a lot. It's not a lot.
Sunlight streams in through the window. Colored by dawn, waiting in iron. This never turns out how it's supposed to. And I don't know why. And I don't know how to return to you. And all that I wanted, all that I needed comes down to you. The questioning eyes and your subtle disguises. Why do you do it? Don't say you don't want it to. I know you do.
My dreams are restless, heart is sweet and dances around me. In my dreams are restless, heart is sweet and dances around me, never without me. I sleep when you're away. And if you leave before I rise, there'll be no peace in your wandering, ever belonging to lay here by my.
It's fun. Very nerve-wracking. So what that stuff was the first thing was a little music video that I made at Jurassic, which has an artist residency program in Woodside, which is when I first started working with video. And then the other three are all from a film that I'm making based on a site-specific work I did in my house in the fall called Keyhole Dances. And just to give you an idea of what it was like as a performance, at the kitchen,